welcome to another episode, another season of Unnamed Sports Show right here on Gorilla Cross Sports page on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video. I'm your host, Quan59, and we have a new NFL season coming up, folks. I'm excited. I know everyone in the room is excited. We have a packed house. So I'm going to jump right into it because we're going to do over-under predictions. We're going to do predictions for the Super Bowl. All of our predictions, so you can go back and see if we were right or wrong. Because a lot of people, what they'll do is be like, oh, man, see, I told you this, but who's going to be in the Super Bowl? And I yell cap a lot. I don't really like using that word, but I yell cap a lot on people like that because they lie. And I'll go back on Facebook and find their posts. I'm like, nah, you didn't say that. And so on the show, like I'll go back, like Dre's not here tonight. He was supposed to be here. He might slide through sometime, but he said Caitlin Clark would not be the WNBA Rookie of the Year and she would be a bust. But that's looking, but when you record that, you can go back. It's dated on YouTube, and you can see who lied and who's not lying. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I'm Quan59. I got my man Frank in the building. What's good?
It's like Christmas. This is like Christmas Eve.
It really is. This is Christmas Eve.
Totally.
We got 4 games over the next 5 days. NFL football. I'm excited. This is the best time of year, right?
Oh yeah.
And we're going to talk about that. Like, there's a lot of games on opening weekend, so we're going to talk about, do we like that or not? Is NFL doing a little too much pushing? And we got the lady of the house. We got Ro back in the building.
Hi! I'm so happy to be here.
So happy.
Yeah, me too. This is the best time of year. It is like the lead up. I feel like it was a really long off season.
It was.
And
it
so, right? It felt like, so right now, just
especially
like,
when your team loses the Super Bowl.
Well, listen, I mean, you still got this coming year. But you know what, though? It's like you defrost, it's in sight, then the first college game hits, and then now you're in.
Because college, I think we all like college, but I know we all feel the same way about the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Not everyone's sitting in front of their TV for college football. There's so many games, so it's like if it's your school playing, your team, you're hyped up. But with NFL, your team could suck, and you're still hyped up for week 1 of the season. So apologize to my pastor. It was a nice 6 months being back, but I will see you in February. I don't know why they have church on Sundays at the same time NFL starts. So I did a change.org petition to move it to 8 in the morning. But we got Jose V back in the building. It's been a minute. How you feeling?
What's good, man? I appreciate you having me back on. Ready to talk some football and just chop it up with you guys, man.
Yes, sir. So we're going to go around the room and give our teams. So we'll start with Jose. It's kind of obvious.
New York Jets.
Jets.
As you can see, got the new one. Aaron Rodgers.
With the Yankee hat.
I just came back from New York, so I'm still in a New York state of mind right now.
You just went to the Yankee game?
Yeah, I went to the Yankee game last Friday. It was pretty dope.
Dope. Did they win?
They did. So I went with Evan. They beat them on Friday, and then the Cardinals won the next 2 games. We didn't go to those, so it's all right. I went to the winning game.
As long as you go to the one they win. Yeah. Ro, who's your team?
Not the Jets. So I am a diehard New York Giants fan. I'm a long-suffering fan. I'm clearly a masochist, and but my team's my team. Yeah.
Hold on. She said long-suffering fan. If I'm correct, you guys have won a Super Bowl.
No, we won 4. We won 4, actually. 2 against Tom Brady. But our team, right? You see, they tease us right when we think they're getting better. There's light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, that's you're a Jets fan. You guys should bet all the time at the beginning of the season. But it's brutal.
It's tough.
But even when they won, like they weren't supposed to be a good team. They weren't supposed to be that good.
Correct.
Those years they won.
Sure.
Maybe the second one, but the first one when they beat the undefeated Patriots, they weren't supposed to even be in the Super Bowl.
No.
Might not even be a playoff team that people were really looking at.
Well, now you know what? Everybody that used to have words to say about that team and Eli and that collective. They'd kill for those Eli days, right? Because we forgot how tough he was. We forget, you can talk about not having an O-line, and you can talk about not having an O-line. Eli didn't operate with one a lot of the time. But yeah, that year I was actually at the wild card game at Giants Stadium against Dallas, and it was a snow game. It was awesome. We beat them, and then one of the greatest postseason runs ever, in my opinion, not just because they're the Giants, but if you look at who Eli played both off seasons during the whole postseason, mostly away, and beat the greats to go beat Tom Brady, right? So you can't, and please don't bother me with, it was like, you don't beat a Belichick defense and Brady twice.
Yeah.
Not on luck, at least.
No, it wasn't luck. Frank.
I'm a Raider fan. I know. Yeah, it's okay. The last time we won a Super Bowl was 2 cities ago.
Wow.
It was when they were in Los Angeles, not even the Oakland run.
Yeah, it was the year I was
LA.
born, by the way, 1984. It was the last time
Wow.
they won.
So it's been a minute, but I've been a Raider fan since I was 8 years old, so it's not a...
Die hard. You're die hard.
Yeah, you die hard.
So you like it. It's cool.
Yeah.
You're just never that excited.
Never that
I'm excited for football.
Yeah. Not necessarily Raider football.
Yeah.
Right.
There we go.
Because I've never really heard you do the thing. I just started
I
hearing
don't
this
lose my
last year. I
mind
didn't know
over
it was like their chant. Raiders.
Yeah, I don't
It's very annoying. I went to the
That's,
preseason game.
that's their actual
Oh,
chant?
you were at that game? I went to that.
Yeah.
It was a good
they
game.
do.
Last year, I went to the preseason game with the 49ers, and all the people around me, it's like season ticket holders way in the 450s, and they're like, Raiders. Like every time I'm like, bro, it's
Dude.
the Raider fans, and I like the Raiders. That's my second favorite team because I'm born and raised in Vegas. They've always been a team I liked. I've never cared about that Bay Area rivalry that people try to yell at me about. I'm like, I don't care. I'm from Vegas.
Yeah.
Well, they're Santa Clara. I'm like, I don't care if they play in China. Like, I like the 49ers.
Correct.
I don't care about the city. But they take preseason wins. They were like cheering for preseason wins this year.
Bro.
Like they
It's
won the
bad.
Super Bowl. I know.
Yeah.
But look, one thing I will say about the Niner fans, though, because I went to last year's and this year's preseason game, for everyone that's saying that preseason game should no longer exist, please tell it to the Niner fans, because they show up like it's a regular
There are a
season
lot
game.
of
They
Niner
sure do.
It
fans
is
in town.
insane how much red is in that stadium for a preseason game.
No,
Like,
they
it's
travel
crazy.
well. They're not that far. It's not
Yeah.
that far of a trip. But they
And it's
always travel
fun.
pretty
I mean,
well.
because tickets are
Regular season's gonna be a lot more
70%
crazy, yeah.
cheaper than regular season. So
Ticket
Raiders,
price is steep.
Devontae Adams, real quick.
Yeah.
There's rumors he's not happy. He said tonight that he is. Oh, that's a lie. He wasn't happy last year. We saw it in the Netflix special receiver. They don't have a quarterback, which doesn't make sense to me that they did not get Devontae Adams a
You need a
quarterback,
quarterback in
unless
the
you were going
NFL?
to trade him.
You need to play. You need to start a
I've
quarterback.
heard, yeah. It helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have 0 quarterbacks. Their best quarterback is one of their part owners.
Pending approval.
Pending
Pending-
approval.
Pending league
approval.
approval.
Exactly.
And he can't do any research commentating games
Nope.
if he
If he
Because
gets
you can't go to
approved,
the opposing
he can't-
team's locker
he
room.
can't
You
be in
can't go
opposing
to,
team's locker
yeah,
room.
you can't
It's
do any
insane.
of that.
does Fox take away some of that money, or does
Yeah,
he still?
that's why it's
Because if he
telling
can't
you.
do most of his job,
Well, he has to decide what he wants at this point, because what do you want to do? You can't do both. It's a violation of code. That's overt. That's like, but I mean, please, it's a Patriot. They cheating is in their blood.
I knew that was gonna come out.
She had to let
I
that in
knew
there.
that was gonna happen.
do you
was a
think? Do you
soft
think
hit.
he
See,
At least we agree on something.
Yeah, I know, right?
But do you think he foregoes the ownership at this point?
Yes.
I don't think he does.
I don't
I
know.
think he's gonna fight. He's gonna find a way to fight it out, knowing who he is and the type of person he is. Especially with everything that he said about how the NFL has changed so much, I can definitely see him coming out and saying, "No, I'm not gonna give him my job."
I don't think he's gonna be an analyst for very long anyway. So I think he's.
So you think the analyst thing might be the thing that he cares about?
I think that's
the
gonna be
least?
pending for
Because
the
he's
whole
getting
season.
what 325 million.
Million.
You are
something like that,
getting,
yeah.
but no, I think that for him, it'll, because he knows he's not going to be an analyst for long. He'll be like, I'm going to wait it out.
Yeah.
You know what? Sell my share. Take what you want now. I'm going to wait this out.
And that's what I was thinking too. Like make an agreement for the future, like 2027. Then I'll step in, and they have some under the table agreement, maybe.
But he's got ties to Vegas regardless. He's already part owner of the
He's part
Aces.
owner of the
also. So,
Aces.
yeah, he's not going anywhere at the end of the
Right.
day. If anything, if he has to put the ownership thing in the back seat for now, I don't think it'll be.
Yeah,
a
he's
problem.
trying to get a WNFL team out here too.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I am a 49er fan. I gave myself hand
that
claps.
us? Oh, that was-
I'm a 49er fan,
I love the 49ers.
and we will have predictions later. But you know, my prediction every year is the same.
Yeah, we
and
know
I'm
that.
sticking with it. I'm a proud 49er fan. I'm not one of those fans that gets mad. I mean, I'm mad that we didn't win, but I'm not one of those people like, if we didn't win, we didn't do anything. Like I liked seeing my team be good. So the Raider fans are always like, you guys choke every year. You guys don't make the playoffs every year.
I'm happy
I
if you win
don't
4
get it when
games.
people talk junk when your team is just trash year after year.
That's fans, though, right?
That's the fans.
are
I
idiots.
want Raiders to do well.
Sure.
I don't think they will, but we'll
I
get
don't
into
either.
that. So we're gonna get
I don't
into
either as a Raider fan.
we're gonna get into the over/unders of every team, the prediction of how many wins they have. What's the sports book? What are these odds from?
These are courtesy of the South Point Casino in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada,
All right.
Okay.
on the south side of the strip.
Shout out to Dwayne Colucci.
Are you?
part of
You guys want to? Do you have teams you want to call out? Do you want me to just go alphabetical?
We can go
do
alphabetical.
just
We can go
Arizona. Okay, Arizona Cardinals. The line right now for over under is 7 wins for the Arizona Cardinals. 7 wins.
It's right at 7, huh?
I'll go under.
I'll take the under all day on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go under.
I'm going under as well. Atlanta Falcons 9.5 wins.
Ooh, they're
With the white Dak Prescott. No.
You talking Kirk Cousins?
Yes,
Wow.
indeed. No,
here-
negative.
Here's the thing. I'm going under just because I've never been a fan of their head coach as a head coach. I've always thought he's better as a coordinator. A lot of these coaches that decide to jump up and take these reins, they just don't do it. Raheem Morris, I believe, already did it with the Bucks, and it didn't work out. So to me, got to take a back seat. Give me the under on this one as well.
So you're going under.
I'll take the under just because I don't believe an organization that would pay that much for Kirk Cousins has decision-making abilities.
Okay.
There's no critical thinking. I'm sorry. No, under.
Kirk Cousins might not be their quarterback all year. They got another quarterback
He's
in the
nobody's
draft.
quarterback all year.
I am actually going over
Over 9.5?
because their division, I think they might win that division. I like Tampa. I don't like the other teams in that division at all. I think Saints, are very average. They're going to win some good games. They're going to lose a whole bunch of games that they probably should win. Carolina, I think they're going to be horrible again. But I'm taking Atlanta to win the division. So in
I got
order
the
for
Bucks
that to
for that
happen,
division.
I agree. I got the Bucks.
in order for
Yeah.
that to happen, I think they have to go over 9.
Yeah, I'm trending with you, Kwanzilla. I think it's going to be over as well.
Really?
Just over 10.5. 10 wins. So
split
10, 11.
2 and 2.
Yeah. Baltimore Ravens. They'll be starting tomorrow night on the road over there in KC. Baltimore Ravens 10.5 wins for Baltimore.
I like the over.
Yeah.
I call me crazy. I was saying it
Over
before the
10
show
and a half.
started. I think Lamar might have another MVP season, man. I think this might be number 3, and I think the acquisition of Derrick Henry, relieving some of that running pressure from Lamar, I just think this is a best situation they've both been in a long time in their career. So I think Baltimore goes over that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually going to take the under now that I'm thinking about it, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
You have Derrick Henry there, right? You got him. He's good for the pass rush. But the problem is it doesn't alleviate that Lamar does not throw. We've now seen the reason that he doesn't throw is because he's shaky. He's shaky on it. He gets spooked easily. The accuracy, not bad, but not great. If your running game is all you got, here's the other thing about Derrick Henry. He's a monster, right? He runs through brick walls. The problem is, though, he cannot run a complicated route. It is a vertical route, and he's almost like half running back, half wide receiver. You need somebody out there that's going to dart and do it, because Lamar needs to throw. So they knew what they were doing by getting him Derrick Henry, so he doesn't have to run. But that tells me that Lamar does not want to throw.
Like a change of pace guy to spell
Yeah,
him a little bit.
but they're giving Lamar
I'm saying
baby
you
steps.
needed a change of pace guy to spell.
1,000%. So I'm actually going to take the under on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'm gonna say I'm for 10.5 wins. I've got them at 11, so I think it just over.
Yeah, and I'm going 12 wins for Baltimore. Even same thing. Their division is very tough, but you have Pittsburgh in there, so that might be. I haven't looked yet. That might be the best division in the AFC.
Question: would it be crazy to say
I
that?
gotta look. I might be tripping, but
Ro might
there's 3
disagree with you.
playoff teams.
All right.
Do you think that Mike Tomlin can finally have his first losing season this
Yeah.
year? Right?
Yeah.
it finally seems like that could be the time right now with the type of quarterback situation he has. Everyone is saying that Russ is going to be the guy, but yet when you got a guy like Justin Fields right behind you, knowing that something happens, he's going to step up and take your job.
But he didn't look that good in
everything
preseason.
up.
Fields did some stupid stuff in preseason.
Russ was quote unquote hurt pretty much the whole.
I mean, that's
you know what
that's
I mean?
fine though. I mean, Russ has proven himself in the NFL.
We'll see.
Justin Fields has not, and he needed. I think he needed to have a really good preseason, and he didn't. And to me, mentally, you're not really there if you don't have a good preseason. Being somebody that was a starting quarterback that Bears fans didn't even want to trade.
Yeah.
They were like, no, let's build pieces around him and not draft Caleb Williams. Yeah. And now that is already kind of looking foolish to say that. Fields looks like he might be a bust. Like he might not.
Fields is getting paid twice as much as Dangerous. Okay, here's the thing: it's Mike Tomlin's name on the line. You have what many would consider two, maybe not great, but Russ was great. He's a solid quarterback. I mean, I think Denver kind of showed a lot of true colors. But is there that ability? He's a Super Bowl winner. And, and I think Fields,
I was just going to say.
They both have a lot of pressure on them to perform. So I think they will have a winning season, but I think they're going to poop the bed because there's going to be a lot of infighting.
I was just going to say, because we were talking about the Pittsburgh, I was going to just have us do Pittsburgh real quick.
Okay, yeah.
Pittsburgh is at 8 right now. They're bet down. It was 8.5 as of like 3-4 weeks ago, bet down to 8. So we're talking about Pittsburgh. What do you think their win total
Under.
is?
I'm taking the under. I got them for 7 games.
Okay.
I'm taking under. I think this is Tomlin's first losing season.
Taking under as well.
I am as well. All right, we'll go back to
But
the
they're still the
alphabet.
Steelers, and they
That's
might
true.
win 10 games.
Anything's possible. Yeah.
They got to live up to Bobby Brister.
They got a good defense.
And real quick, before we get into the next team, Robe learned something last night, and I want her to tell this story about what you learned. You learned something very good as a female that knows nothing. Tell us about your story last night.
So I think that people that know me know how much I thrive. I love sports. I'm a sportsman, but football is my game. However, I'm still learning as I go along, okay? And a very nice gentleman yesterday at Steiner's while I was waiting for my wrap to take home was kind enough to explain to me what a field goal was and how and how a team got one.
How'd this conversation start? Because you only told me that little piece.
Okay, so I'm waiting for my my grilled chicken pesto wrap to go, and so I'm waiting at the bar, and it's my local neighborhood bar. I know all the bartenders. They're amazing. It's Steiner's on Las Vegas Boulevard. Amazing place. So now I'm just waiting, and I'm watching Sports Center, and they're giving a preview of the NFL season. And so he's a Pats fan. He made that very clear. He had a Drew Bledsoe jersey on. I mean, you're pretty diehard if you have it. So I give him that. And he's like, and we're watching missed field goals. They did this whole segment on, and we saw like we were watching the double doink and all of that. And we saw an example of what a great field goal is and how like the winning percentage of teams, how many teams actually go to overtime and the game is decided by a field goal. And he's like, you see that? That's what wins games. That's a field goal. I'm like, oh, so it's not like a kick?
So
he's
you
like,
played dumb the whole time.
Okay, so the bartenders are literally crying.
The bartenders know you, right?
Oh yeah,
They know.
So they are literally like, I mean, they had to turn their backs, and you can see them laugh in the mirror. I'm like, so it's not just like a regular kick? He's like, nope. See, that's the difference. It's a field goal. I'm like, oh, so they have to get it like right in between those poles. He's like, yeah. And do you know how many points it's worth? He's like, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say it's worth 1 point. Nope, it's 3.
Wow.
And how a
Why don't you
team
bring him
gets
on the
it.
show?
You know what?
Yeah, all this sports knowledge he has.
I wanted him to be the subject matter expert on the show tonight. Like, he was breaking it down, legit. This is how you know God's worked on me. I went along with it the whole time. So God, I mean, but I had to laugh at it. I couldn't wait to text the people that know me. I was crying when I got in the car, though.
Field goal 3 points.
That's hilarious.
So thank you, John.
Wow.
Yeah, if you didn't know that.
3.
3.
Write that down, everybody, if you're
Field goals, three.
watching right now.
Follow my
Goal.
tree.
And real quick before we get to the next one, what do you guys think about the new kickoff? Just get, real quick. I think it looks really weird. I have to see a little more, but why change it?
So remember, it came from the XFL. That's where they had the rule first originally. They kind of adopted it from it.
A league that does not exist anymore. Go ahead.
Right.
But yes and no, doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, basically it was a rule that came together with the XFL and the NFL. I spoke to Dean Blandino about it before in the past when the league was on. And this was something that was collaborated between both leagues trying to figure out what would be better. Obviously, they're trying to stop the whole concussions, the hits, the full-on throttle when everyone's coming at each other. But I kind of feel like they kind of tweaked it a little bit because it doesn't kind of look like the way they did it in the XFL.
So they should just all wear bubble wrap for the kickoff and then take the bubble wrap off.
Suits.
Yeah,
Right.
sumo suits.
Here's the thing. I don't care for the whole let you stand there and wait and kick it off. I say get back to the way it was before. Put them a little bit farther. Make kickoffs more exciting. Don't push them out like they did where they were all being touchbacks and all being kicked through. Pull the guys back. Put them on the 15-yard line or something like that. Yeah. Have them kick a field goal where the ball's still catchable and they can run it out. Make it exciting again. I get it. They're going to get hit. But that's football. You don't want to get hit. Wear the crown that they give you now. The what is it? The angel or whatever they call it?
You're allowed to wear it.
Yeah, wear that if you want to be a
wings,
kickoff returner, right? I mean, protect
And there
yourself.
might be some players wearing it, right?
Yeah.
And at what point does it become not football anymore?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you know what you signed up for.
Bro, get your friend on the phone and figure out what the name of that helmet is.
That's a great idea, Frank. You know what? You're right. Let me call him.
Oh my God!
All right, Frank. Next team. Oh, you're. All right, I thought you were texting him.
I'm texting the guy.
He's on the phone right now.
Steiners.
I'm ordering wraps.
Yeah, I'll go get him.
Buffalo Bills win total 10 games this year. The Buffalo Bills, it seems like a team that's been sort of forgotten about in the offseason.
I like the under.
We love Josh Allen, don't we?
No, we do not.
I love Josh Allen.
I think he gets hated out for no reason. He does so much
Not
for
me.
that
I
team.
love Josh Allen.
Yeah.
You're going to see who the true Josh Allen is this year.
They say that
Stephon
every
Diggs
year.
being gone, you're going to see the true Josh Allen.
Diggs.
I'm more worried
You got
about
to
the
remember, look at the
linebacker. I'm
statistics before he got there. His numbers went through the roof afterwards. Not only that, people like to make it seem like Josh Allen is a great quarterback. When you have no running game and you are one of the worst running teams in the league and your coach is always dependent on your quarterback running, of course your stats are going to look the way they do. Of course he's always going to have rushing yards. Of course
But
he's going to make
not every
these
quarterback
crazy
can run
things.
like that.
So
though.
may
I get that, but that's all they have.
But real quick, with Stephon Diggs, you're talking about Stephon Diggs. If Stephon Diggs was that great, the Chiefs would not have been in the Super Bowl. He dropped 2 passes in the fourth quarter that were right in his hands. They should have won that game. They would have won that game if Stephon Diggs would have caught the ball. He was a diva last year too to start the season. Like he's been a problem.
Yeah, he's
so
been a
to
diva
say
from
he's
the
like
beginning.
this great, amazing, like he's above average wide receiver, but he's not a great wide receiver.
But what I'm saying is, I'm just going based off of if you look at Allen's numbers prior to Diggs and with Diggs, they went up. They helped. Him having a receiver like him help. I'm not saying that Stephon Diggs by any stretch of the imagination is a number one guy somewhere or a superstar, in no opinion, but it's there, it's factual, and now that he's gone is what I'm saying. You're gonna see, was it really Stephon or is it really that Josh is just this
So they
good
also lost Gabe Davis, right?
Correct. Gabe
they
is also
lost
gone.
Gabe Davis. They also lost Matt Milano, who was a phenomenal linebacker. I would be more, and they lost, is it Mitch Morris? That was their center. So I'd be more concerned about that. And let's talk about Josh Allen's decline. It was really when Dable and Joe Shane went to the Giants that we saw not as of a dynamic Josh Allen. So now when you have a system that's taken out from underneath you and you have an HC and OC that have a different scheme, and then you have your offensive line who they're not always on your side and they're always yelling at you, but you've got to stay calm and collected. In which last season I thought that was perhaps the toughest division in football. So I will let you know, I think Josh Allen, you give him the right guys. I mean, I guess you can say that about all teams, and I hate when people say that, I guess, but when he's in his element,
Yeah.
I'd put nothing against Josh Allen. Yeah.
I like him, and I think a lot of teams would want him as their quarterback. Like maybe he, doesn't have the weapons, but I think he's the type that there's probably a rookie player or second-year player on that team that's going to end up stepping up this year.
Well, hopefully it's Keon Coleman.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. I got him on my fantasy team.
But what was the over-under on Bills?
10.
10?
Ooh.
It was bet down to 10. It was
I'm gonna
10 and a
take.
half
I'm gonna take the
over.
under. I got them at 9.
Under.
You know what? I'll say
And you
draw.
got to
I think
remember
they
there's
could
one
get to
more
10.
game because I keep thinking I still have 16 in my head sometimes.
Yeah,
so
9 and 8. 9 and 8. No more 8
So-
and 8. Yeah.
I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go over on that because same thing. Like their division is okay, but we don't know what
you
Jets are
say
gonna
10
do.
is
We
what
don't
you're
know
saying, or
what.
I think they're gonna land at 10. Yeah, right on the number.
Can we just start going through divisions?
Sure.
I think that'd be a little easier.
We'll stay in the AFC East. For the Bills, I'm going just over 11-6.
That's how I feel.
And you said just over as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll stay in the AFC East. And we're going to go next team, Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins. 9.5 wins.
Ooh.
For that division, like as a whole, I mean, it used to be the toughest division. Aaron Rodgers is gonna hurt himself or have something else to bitch about by the third game. I have the Dolphins taking that division. Yeah,
Ooh.
I do.
They could.
So over.
Over.
Yeah.
This is a hard division to predict.
It is. It really is.
Because you don't know who's gonna
Except
do
for one
what.
team. It's
Well,
probably,
yeah.
Except for
Patriots gonna be
Jets
horrible.
games. I mean, you have a. I mean, we all pretty much. I mean, the Giants. Listen,
But listen, if Aaron Rodgers does come back and plays good all year, I mean, they have a squad. I think Jets have a really good team. They could win the division easy.
So here, the thing about the Jets, if you're talking about a team on paper, offensively, we probably have some of the best offensive weapons out there, especially if you want to add Wilson with Aaron Rodgers. The problem is offensive line. Who's going to protect Aaron Rodgers is the biggest question. Defensively, when they're there, we know we got one of the best defensives in the league, probably top 5, top 10 easily defense in the league. But the problem, again, that I see with the Jets is that offensive line. Now, if I'm being real and I'm not being a homer and I'm just being straight up with you, I hate to say it and I hate to agree, but I can see Miami winning this division. Because if you look at what the McDaniels, whatever the coach name is, since he's been there, he's done more when it comes to playoff wins and wins than anyone has done in 10 years before him leading up to that. So obviously they've lost big games against big teams, important games. They haven't been able to get those humps over the playoffs. I get that. But I can see this being the season where Miami does a little more. Tua got paid. The coach got paid. You know he's going to be there for the next 3 years. The big question mark was, what's he going to do this year? If he doesn't do anything, he's out.
He's gonna
They gave him the
smoke strawberry
contract.
puff vapes.
Yeah, we know the coach ain't out. I think he's going to be there. So I don't see Buffalo winning the division. I think they have a decline. New England is lucky if they win 2 games this year. The Jets, again, it's all leading on Aaron Rodgers' health and that offensive line. And Miami, if I
Hey,
have
who's
to-
you guys back up?
Exactly. I don't even know who
Oh,
our
you don't
backup
know
is.
who's your backup.
That's how bad it is. But what I'm saying, I think it'll fall Miami, New York, Buffalo, New England. That's how I think it'll fall.
yeah.
So for your over, I'm sorry, Miami.
I'm over
you
on
have
Miami.
over
I
on
think
Miami.
I think over 9.5 is possible. For sure.
Yeah, I'm
What is
over
it,
on Miami.
over on
That-
Miami?
That sounds kind of low.
Yeah, I'm over on Miami as well.
I might give them 12 wins, to be honest. I think they're going to be really good this year.
Let me ask you guys something. How do you feel about Tua? Are you?
I like him.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Are you a fan?
Yeah.
He's all right.
I mean, I don't think he's a great quarterback in the league, but I like him. I think
Yeah,
I think he's great for that team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, clearly, right?
I think they have a lot built around that. Like it's kind of like the 49ers and McDaniels from the 49ers. Like they're a plug and play type team.
Yeah.
Tyrod
So
Taylor
they
is the
have-
backup quarterback for the Jets.
Tyrod.
That's right.
yeah. The thing about Tua, I
Trust in
think
Tyrod.
he's a system guy, and he finally found the system that he worked in. Because
Yes.
with Brian
Yeah.
Flores,
Yes.
it just wasn't it. And McDaniels knew how to
He
get a
talks
system
about getting
around this.
kind of like beaten down a little bit verbally
Correct,
by
exactly.
Flores,
By someone that's telling
and
you
didn't
you're not the
respond
guy,
well
you
to
shouldn't
it.
be
Yeah.
here. And then now having a guy that 100%, like he said, comes in and believes in you. I think Tua is finally in that system. And again, I like
And going
that
to the
coach.
fans, a lot of people were
Yeah.
mad when Flores got fired.
Yeah.
But you don't know what's going on behind the
No,
scenes.
correct.
When
Right.
people get fired, you always have to look at
Agreed.
if the superstar liked that coach, they would not have got fired.
I always have said that about Eric Bieniemy for years. I'm like, there's a
There's a
personality
reason why
issue.
he's not- yes.
Correct. I've said that for years. Everyone's like, no, bro, no. I'm like, trust me. There's a reason why he couldn't, before he went to the Commanders, he couldn't make plays directly to the players. He had to go
Yeah.
through Andy Reid. They don't like him. There's a personality issue. And because somebody that has that talent, you're like, why isn't he a head coach?
Yeah.
Or maybe why Andy Reid wouldn't sign off on making him the heir apparent.
Absolutely.
True that, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some
All right,
guys
we
will
got a lot
call
of teams, so let's
Staying
run
in
through
the
these a
AFC
little more.
East, of course, we're going to wrap this up here with the Jets and the Patriots. Starting with the Jets, 10 bet up from 9.5. People are hammering that number.
So
It came up from
Jets?
9.5 to 10.
It's
10
the Aaron
wins
Rodgers factor.
is the number. It's the Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers factor. I mean, the Jets are a good team. I think they're they could be dangerous this year.
I'm
They
gonna
got
go
studs.
under just because we don't know. Like, he's older, he's coming off an Achilles. I don't know, so I can't put faith in them. They could. I won't be surprised if they win 11 games at all. Like, I won't be surprised.
But you're going under.
I'm going under on that.
Aaron's what, 40 now?
He's 40.
Coming back from the Achilles. Non-solidified offensive line. Again, I'm not going to be a homer here and just bet with my heart. I'm taking under. I can maybe see 9 wins, but again, not knowing the full health of that line and Aaron Rodgers is going to be scary all year.
Even if they had a healthy Aaron Rodgers, I don't give them 9 games.
Damn.
All right.
No love.
She's not a Rodgers fan.
I know not.
I don't know if you can
I think
tell.
the,
No,
the
I think-
key
I think
is his
they've got-
first 6 weeks.
No,
but
no,
go
no.
ahead.
I think that
Their
they've
first
got
6
this
games.
team, though. They've got fire in their belly, and they're building. Okay,
Me too.
I really do.
Is that fire in there?
I've got fire. in my belly.
The problem with Aaron Rodgers is he can wake up and have a grudge. There could be nothing physically wrong with him. He'll just wake up and have a grudge, and then he'll start some stuff, and I don't like that.
So you want to know what the real problem is with the Jets, real quick?
They're the Jets.
It's Saleh. It's the head coach, and here's why.
Oh, no, I love Saleh.
Saleh. If you look at him, he's a very kiss ass. He's very happy go lucky. Want to be your friend on the players. He's a defensive
So is Mike
coordinator.
McDaniels.
I don't, but it's different style of coaching though, and the way that Saleh does it, you can tell he's trying to be friends. Like when Aaron Rodgers came in, oh my God, he was like a freaking kid in a candy store, so excited,
Mike
couldn't believe he was
McDaniels
gonna get
vapes
everything.
with his players. He goes out with
He
them to strip
vapes with
clubs.
them.
He vapes with them.
What
Yeah.
I'm saying is Saleh
He
is
quit
more
drinking,
of
he's
a
got a
defensive coordinator, in my opinion. I don't think he's a head coach, and that's the problem.
Well,
right.
you know what? That's not okay. I could see that.
I'm just looking at. I was trying to look at like the first month and a half of some of these guys when we're looking. You're borderline on a win total. The number is 10. Their first 5 weeks, they play at the Niners, at Tennessee. They host New England. They host Denver. They play at Minnesota, and then they host Buffalo Monday night, October 14th. By the time they get to that
I
game,
got 3 wins out of that.
I'm saying by the time they get to that game, they could be 4-1. So the
Yeah, they have a
10
easy,
wins isn't
start.
that far.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
No,
all
I get it
right.
now.
Right?
They're
You know what I
starting
mean? It's
off
not
with
that
one.
It's
far.
still a no for me, dog.
It's still
Still no for me, dog.
Actually, I made all that argument. I'm still under 2.
Yeah, I'm going under on that. Yeah.
That's right. We play the Niners Monday night.
Yeah, good
New
luck.
England Patriots are wrapping up the AFC East. The New England Patriots, their win total is
4?
you're close.
3.
It's 5. It was
Oh, under,
5
under.
Under.
about 6-8 weeks ago, and it's still 5.
4
Under.
has been in my head for them since last year, I think.
What's the under
four,
at
you're
though? What's the money? Money was it minus what?
under is no, it's just minus 110.
Okay, so it's that. Okay, regular.
I looked at another just like an online betting site, and I think they're the favorites. It's them and the Raiders
to have the worst.
to have
record
the
in
worst record.
Oh my God.
And if you bet them under 3 wins, it's like plus 250.
Ooh, I would take that. I would actually throw 20 on
Both
that.
of them under 3 wins?
No.
Or just one of them?
The Patriots the Raiders are probably the same. It's like probably 240
I can
or
see. I
260.
can definitely see the Patriots under 3 wins.
But you said Patriots under 5.
Under 5, yeah.
Under 5.
Yes.
Under 5?
Under, yeah.
And
Clean sweep.
I'm going to go under 5 as well. Okay, let's go to the NFC South, the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers, the total has been bet up. I don't know if they're just more hopeful over there. It was 4.5 about 6 weeks ago. Now it's 5.5, jumped up a full game. What say you guys? Carolina Panthers, 5.5.
I'm going under on that. They did not look good last year. They didn't even look like they did anything to give us hope. I think that trade during that draft is going to haunt them. Not getting CJ Stroud, I think that's going to haunt them for 10
For a very long
years
time. Yeah,
at
correct.
least. So I don't think we're going to see them be any good for a long time, so I'm going under.
All right.
They just hired Danny Canales, right? The guy from the Lions. That's the new head coach. Not too sold on that. I'll definitely take the under.
Under.
Listen, I haven't been paying attention to them since Christian McCaffrey went to the 49ers. I'm sorry.
You've been paying attention to the team since Christian left.
Well, because they're not exciting for me.
Maybe they should bring Cam back and his 8 kids with 8 baby
How
mamas.
how's
And
about
his
we
dad.
not?
Oh, we're not going to talk about that?
How's about we not? But honestly, I
I think he
feel-
has more crazy hats or children.
Probably hats. I'm gonna
right.
say hats.
Kids. Because he has 8 that he knows of.
He's not Antonio
Hats?
Cromartie now. Come on now.
Oh
kids.
man. That one. That one. And Antonio Brown, too. Damn, they got like 11, 12 kids. But,
Oh, man.
no, it's true. AB has like 11. Like, he has children's everywhere.
Children's.
No. I haven't paid attention to them because, not because of Darius Sanders being gone, but because of there's nothing to watch.
All right.
Yeah.
Under Quan?
We all went
Under.
All right.
We all went under on that. Staying
And
in
they
the
might be the worst team in the league, I think.
they might be
They're contender.
Yeah.
staying in the NFC South. The New Orleans Saints, they were 7.5. They're still 7.5. It hasn't moved. I think this is an easy under, but I don't know what you guys are feeling.
I feel the same. And I like Derek Carr. Like, I want to see him do well. I still think he should be the Raiders quarterback. That would have kept Devontae happy, and he was serviceable compared to the people they have been using now. But I'm going under on New Orleans. I hate to say it, but yeah.
I'm going under, but I agree with Quan too. I just imagine that what Antonio Pierce with Derek Carr as his quarterback would be like. You know what I mean? Having him here with the Raiders. But I'm gonna throw out a bold prediction too. Like Quan said, this is recorded, so if you guys want to go see it and hear it later, I think New Orleans goes under. I think Derek Carr is gone in New Orleans after this year, and I also think that Dennis Allen is gonna get fired and he's on his way out. I think it's gonna be a whole
I can
new
see all that
division
too.
change and just starting it all over again. Yeah.
All right, yeah. What'd you say?
Oh, under. Yeah,
All right.
no.
we all undered it.
Oh, no. I have them at maybe 5 games.
All right. Staying in the. Did we finish the AFC South? I think we finished the AFC South. I got Carolina, Atlanta.
No, we didn't do Tampa.
New Orleans. Oh,
We
yeah.
did Tampa
the
Bay.
Bucks. Tampa Bucks. Over under is 7.5 wins.
Ooh, over.
I like over, and I think they win the
Yeah.
division. Call me crazy.
No, I think they're going to win the division.
Atlanta. I got Atlanta win the division. But I will go under. I mean, I will go over 7 for them.
I think
But-
Baker's in a good spot.
Well,
now.
Baker got paid too, though, so he needed that money. So
Wow.
is he going to play the same way he did now that he has the money? I hope he does. Like, I like him. I think he's another quarterback that's been hating on too much.
Yeah.
Like, he had to deal with Odell in Cleveland. He dealt with getting hurt and still trying to play in Cleveland.
Well,
and
the way
then
they did him in
4 different
Cleveland is not
coaches,
nice.
3
Yeah, they
different
threw
The
him
way
under
they
the
did him
bus.
too in Cleveland
Yeah.
wasn't nice, but I'll tell you why I think there's a decline. Baker just historically has always played better with a chip on his shoulder.
Definitely,
Sure.
definitely.
He's
True
just
that.
and now the
And that's what I'm saying. He got paid. Like,
Yeah.
he's cool now.
he
He's
got-
comfortable.
Yeah, he's comfortable in a sense where I feel like I've proved myself. But the thing
Yeah.
is, you really haven't, right? I mean, listen, I think he's fared a lot better than I thought that Baker Mayfield would.
Sure. So let me throw this at you. You talked about a chip on your shoulder. Wouldn't this be the biggest chip on his shoulder ever? He was a top draft pick, big contract, got paid, didn't pan out, was almost out of the league, comes
was
back.
out of the league.
That's what I'm saying. Comes
Yeah.
back, gets paid. Wouldn't this be the biggest chip on your shoulder to
Depends
come
how-
out?
yeah,
Ohio
depends
boys,
how-
no.
I'm not just gonna take the money. I can actually continue to play in this league.
No.
It depends on
no.
how you look at the money. That money might have been the chip that's off his shoulder, and I think it was.
Nobody put that much. Like, I don't listen to me. I think that Ohio has literally been the producer of the biggest disappointments in football history. Okay, so what? No.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Maybe.
go
But
ahead.
no,
Go
so
ahead.
we all wait for them. We're like, all right, okay, we'll see. You're not at Ohio State no more. Let's see what you do out of Akron, okay? So we saw Johnny Manziel. We see Baker Mayfield. We're waiting on 2 gentlemen now, right? For me, I never put too much faith in anybody from Ohio State, and I said that I don't care. I'm a Penn State fan, so yeah. I mean, I'm a UNLV grad. But until they're competitive, Penn State's my team. That aside, with Ohio, it's like the Cowboys. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Just Stephen A. Smith. Just wait.
Just wait.
So you did pick over in the win total. You went under.
I
on
think they're
Tampa.
going to win the division. I think Tampa Bay's going to win the division, actually.
So I have-
Over.
That's the tallest
I
midget.
got over, yeah.
Yeah.
But I still have Atlanta.
You
winning.
Atlanta having winning the South.
Who you got?
Okay. I'm
said over?
I go over. Yeah.
You know what, Quan? Now thinking about it, you might be right about Atlanta winning that division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm concerned about with Tampa is that they get the first place schedule now.
Oh,
So
that's right.
They're gonna be playing.
A lot tougher games.
They're gonna play the Niners. They're gonna play Detroit, who won the. They're gonna play the Dallas Cowboys. So I mean, their schedule's gonna
They have a tough
be
schedule,
ramped up.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much as far as additions they've added, so I'm concerned about that. We're going to the NFC North. Chicago Bears. This is the story of the offseason, right? You know, we all love Caleb Williams. He's already going to be Super Bowl champion today. He's incredible. He's going to throw for 5 million yards this season. The Chicago Bears are 5,000.
Oh.
9 wins is the number for the Chicago Bears this year. Are they going to go over or under?
Are we taking their preseason wins and putting them in there?
Exactly.
I'm going
with this over exaggeration.
We're multiplying by 3.5.
I'm going under.
I'm going under.
Way under.
I got them.
I won't say way under. They're good. They have a good squad.
Under next year too.
I got 6 or 7 games.
They got offensive weapons, but I just don't. They still didn't get a line.
I don't know anybody.
But I'm going under. I'm not sure about way under. I mean, I think they're going to do they can win 7 or 8 games.
I'm a USC fan, and until I see a quarterback from USC come into the league and do something, I won't be surprised. Everyone with this over exaggeration after the first preseason game was, oh my God, Caleb Williams is finally here. Chicago finally has their guy after a preseason game. And then, oh my God, they went 4-0 this year in the preseason. They're going to win it all. And their win total is 9.5.
I like how they gave them an extra
That's
preseason
crazy.
game.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
But you see how they play up.
It's insane.
But the number didn't move, so the public agrees with you then because it didn't influence it at all.
Well, and
there's a lot of
just
people
because
from Chicago
the Bears.
and Las Vegas.
Well,
They would
it's
bet
just the
that.
Bears.
I think they win 6 games, if that.
Yeah, I would say
just
under.
how
as
many
well.
did they win last year?
5,
Well,
I think. 5 or 6.
They had their one pick. They were like 5, 6 wins. Well, that was the trade, right? They got them
They
one
got
pick.
Yeah.
I think they won 5 games last year. All right, we're all under on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A universal under. Staying in the North. Oh my goodness, Quan's team that keeps him up late at night. The Detroit Lions.
I like
10
Detroit.
and a
I like
half
the Lions.
wins. The total
I
is
love the
10 and a
Lions.
half.
10.5.
Oh yeah.
10.5.
I take the overall in that all day.
Yeah, give me over.
Give me over. I take it.
I'm
Yep.
over as well.
I think Jared Goff's going to have another good year.
Yeah,
I do too.
Amon St. Brown.
They're stacked.
Oh.
They're stacked there.
We're all over.
Oh yeah.
We're all over
Fantasy
the over.
gold and made me a lot of money last year.
Nice.
They went to the Super Bowl last year, right? Oh no, I
No.
heard they did at
They should have.
halftime. But
Bears were 7-10 last year.
we were doing a
Oh,
live. We
7-10.
were doing a live stream of that game.
were watching with
and,
Jamal.
And the guy I was watching it with was talking about how they're going to play against the Chiefs in 2 weeks, and man, we could beat the Chiefs. I'm like, you still got to beat the 49ers, but I mean, it's all good.
I like the Lions a lot this year.
Yeah.
Listen,
Me
I
too.
love Dan
I like
Campbell.
the Lions, and I would. Who would be mad if Lions won the Super Bowl?
Nobody.
No, if you're a football fan, you'd be happy.
Nobody.
Exactly.
Well, everybody from Cleveland.
Yeah, that's true because then they'd be on the clock.
Right.
Cleveland, this is for you.
Staying in the NFC North, the Green Bay Packers.
Ooh. Well. What are they at?
10.
I'm going under.
I'm going in.
Someone else got paid. I don't trust Jordan Love yet. I know he did really well. Now I was happy to see him do good because he looked like
I'm
a bust at
interested
the
to see what
beginning
you
of
say.
the season. But I also think this could be a very down year because of that. Like they overachieved last year, and I mean beating Dallas in the playoffs. I think we could have done that.
Correct.
So I'm going under on that. I think they're actually going to have a down year. I don't think they're going to be as good as everyone thinks they are.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under. I don't like the Jordan Love payout. I think that you're paying a guy just because of the way he finished the season,
Sure.
not the way he played.
Paying
the full
somebody
season.
off of 4 games is insane.
It just doesn't make. It's like paying Matt Flynn because of the one game that he had against Detroit that year. And where's he at now?
And then they
Nowhere.
took Russell Wilson anyway.
Exactly. So
I would say fire the owners, but the city
city
owns
owns
the
the
team, so
city
you
owns
can't
the
really
team.
fire
Yeah.
the city.
Yeah, I say under.
I tend to agree with you. I think that those things that they trend, they say a team shows you who they are.
Yeah.
The Packers over the course of the year kind of showed us who they were, and then everything that worked well for them in that Cowboys that playoff game was a combination of. They weren't able to hold anybody to 3 and outs. They had 8 3 and outs in the first first 3 quarters.
Dallas couldn't stop their run.
And Dallas kept turning the ball over. They
Yeah.
couldn't tackle anybody. I was watching that with a Cowboys fan at Circa, and
Oh,
it was
God.
miserable.
That sounds like a purgatory.
We got very, very full of water.
Oh,
No, we
I was
drank a
very
lot.
happy. I was
Gotcha.
very,
Grape
very
water,
happy.
grape juice water.
Grape
juice,
and
got it.
yep, we had a lot of juice, a lot of milk.
Wait, is Matt LaFleur still the head coach? Because
Yes.
if you realize the game style does not change, that side
She
part
said
gets.
that knowing he's still the head coach.
But you wouldn't know.
She
You wouldn't
knew.
know. Well, here's of course I knew. I
You
didn't
know
what a
how she
field
knew the
goal
guy at the
was.
bar told her.
That's
The guy
right,
told
he
her,
told me.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I will tell you, if you watch, they've become like the Cowboys in that their plays are very predictable because it's Matt LaFleur football and nothing really changes fast. It's like I'll tell you what happens. They'll throw first down, they'll go deep. Second down, they'll do a 3 to 5 yard side slant. They'll want to run it up the belly no matter what third down. And maybe they'll throw a Hail Mary on the fourth down. It's like clockwork. And
Hey, if any NFL teams out there looking for a defensive coordinator, we got one here in the studio.
You got the scheme.
I can read
figure
a
it out.
secondary.
And she has an assistant coach already.
There you go. We're finishing up the NFC North. The Minnesota Vikings, they already got a stroke of bad luck in the preseason, losing McCarthy for the
Man.
season. That sucks.
I'm very upset about that.
The win total is 7.
They got Sam Darnold as their quarterback, right?
Yeah.
What's
could
his jersey
be-
number? 14, I think it is?
14.
Yeah. Take that
Are
half
you buying
and
a
then
Sam
half.
Darnold jersey?
No, hell.
Oh my God.
That's another USC quarterback,
That's
just like I
true.
was saying.
That's right.
I take the under on that all day.
What are
7,
they?
you said?
7? No, I got
7.
the over. I got the over on that.
Yeah, give me the over, man. Sam Darnold has another quarterback that got a bad rap. He was on a horrible trash team.
You all forget who his star wide receiver is, who broke records, who is a phenom. You've got Justin Jefferson out there catching for you.
Probably the best wide receiver in the league.
Who, like Randy Moss, makes the quarterbacks that throw to him look
They
way
drafted
better.
him too, so I did
We're
draft
not arguing
Justin
if they're going to be a
Jefferson.
playoff
so-
team. We're arguing whether
No,
or not
they're
they're
going
going
to
to
win.
go over the win
No,
total.
they're going to
We're
win.
not-
They're going to win because they
There
got that.
is-
Because they got Justin
over
Jefferson
for sure.
Yeah.
If he stays healthy, over.
Don't laugh at me, Frank. I'm very passionate about what I.
I'm laughing.
And you're
I'm laughing.
forgetting
He's
the
laughing with
Justin
you.
Jefferson element. It is Sam Darnold, though. I got them at over. I got them at 8.
Yeah, 8 and 9. Okay, yeah, over. You talked me into it.
Okay.
I'm convinced.
Cool.
Because
Because they
as the
still have a
Packers
good
fall
team. I mean,
back-
I think, he just needs to not
Right.
screw up, which I think he could do.
I'm going to go just over.
Yeah.
8 wins. Yeah. Let's see. The Packers last year were 9 and 8. The Vikings were 7 and 10.
Yeah.
So
Who's
yeah.
their quarterback? Kirk Cousins? Okay.
And Dobbs won one of those games.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
the
you're
right.
Pastronaut.
Yeah.
You're
The
right.
Pastronaut, yeah.
Josh Dobbs.
Okay, we're
Who is now a 49er backup.
we're staying in the North, the AFC North.
NFC North.
Well, the NFC North is.
Oh, you
I
guys-
think
okay.
it's done now. Yeah, we're done with the NFC.
Can I
North.
just talk about
Yeah.
one comment
Yeah,
real quick
okay.
that was put up there? Chris Wynn chimes in. He goes, "My guys and girls love the NFL chatter. Lions beat the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Amon-Ra
There
St.
you
Brown
go.
is the
Right.
MVP."
Listen, man, write that down.
Hey,
And
that's
that
good.
could be. I
You
wouldn't
never
mind
know.
seeing
Yeah.
those teams in the Super
Lions,
Bowl.
Ravens, is that what he
I
said?
have
Yeah,
Lions
Lions
is what
Ravens in the Super Bowl. Amon-Ra St.
Yeah.
Brown
There
wins
it
the
is.
MVP.
Well, Lions definitely.
Stamp it. That's for Chris Wynn. Let's see
Yeah.
what happens.
There's going to be
That's a possibility.
there's a dark horse that's going to wreck everybody. Watch. I'll tell you who it is when we get there.
I
Where
just
we
don't
at?
want to see the Chiefs in there. Anyways, we'll be talking about that soon.
AFC North, the Cincinnati Bengals, a team that's Mr. Eminem, and Cincinnati Bengals. The win total is 10.5.
Eminem's a Lions fan.
No, but he bleached his hair.
He bleached his hair.
did
Joe Burrow.
he? Oh, that's not Joe Burrow. That's
Burrow
it.
bleached his hair.
What is it at?
10.5.
That's a hard one.
Oh, you know, a lot of people have the Bengals going to the Super Bowl, which I don't know how. I will tell you, if they can keep Joe cool, because he's a tough MF, okay? If they can keep him like surrounded in blankets and foam peanuts, if he's, listen, and I hate when people say, well, if he is healthy, because you can say that about anybody, but I'm going to tell you, if Joe Cool isn't out because of an injury, a major injury, I will take that 10.5. Okay. So yeah, you know what? I'm right on the nose.
That's hard. Because here's the thing, like
11-6.
So 11-6.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
you know,
11
talking about Burrow, like we don't know. He's been hurt 2 years in his career,
He's very
like
fragile
major
now.
injuries, and it
He was hurt until the wrist thing happened.
Yeah.
He couldn't
Yes.
grip the football, whatever it is.
yeah, and then that O line is still not the O line someone like Joe Burrow needs. They lost Mixon. Chase still hasn't signed. Like, he's not happy. He's not there right now. So he'll eventually come back, but when? Week 2 or 3, 4? Like, is that going to be too late? So I'm going to go under just because of the circumstances being unknown there. And they lost some players that I think is going to hurt them a little bit.
I think their defense needs help too. They're like that to me. You guys remember the Joe Burrow of his?
Do they still got Eli Apple?
I don't know her. I don't know her.
Jose,
he used
what's
to be
your
a Giant.
Oh. Yeah.
No, but so I was actually. It's funny that you talk about this one because this has the whole Jamar Chase thing and everything all built in together. I was looking at this win total earlier before I got here, and the biggest thing to me is even if Jamar Chase signs tomorrow or sometime this week. Remember Chris Johnson when he held out with the Tennessee Titans? He was on a podcast recently and he came out and he said, "I wasn't ready until week 6 or 7, but I was playing from week 1." And it's when you're missing those reps, you're missing that game time. Even if you're a superstar and you're healthy and you're working out at home in the gym and all that, you don't have that day-to-day rep with your guys, that full-on contact.
And you're not being in practice, so you don't know the things they've changed because you're not doing the same thing you did last year.
Exactly. Plus, new guys have came in on the offense, on the defensive side, coaches, whatever it may be. I'm going to take under, man. It's just too many question marks. Burrow's health, and of course, Jamar Chase. How healthy and ready will he be? So
you can.
And Chris is in the comments saying that he heard Chase is active for week 1, but I'm not sure.
He's doing a hold in. He's working out.
So he's holding.
Yeah,
in.
he's holding in, he's showing up, but not doing anything. Basically, yeah.
So there's hold in and hold outs where you can still practice, but you're just not there.
Yeah,
doesn't make sense.
I think Aaron Rodgers does that all the time.
Wasn't that what Trent Williams was doing? He was a hold in also.
No, Trent Williams was a hold out.
Hold out. That's right.
Yeah,
Brandon
Ayuk became a hold in. After they made 5 trades, and he's like, "Wait, but I really want to be here. I was joking. Right? Like, please don't break up with me."
Staying in the NFC North or AFC North, the Cleveland Browns, 8.5 wins.
This was an interesting one because you got Deshaun finally coming back, right? You got a full off season. Gonna see what he's gonna be able to do with this team. I still think they're dysfunctional, though. Give me the under. I don't see anything happening with this team whatsoever. I can definitely see it just being a bad season again.
What you think?
Oh, I agree. I take the under. I don't think that they're going to get – I think they're going to get 5 or 6 wins max.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I got the over. They're going to be a really good team. They still have a crazy defense.
Okay.
And if Deshaun Watson is back for a full season and doesn't get hurt, I mean, like we say, if he doesn't get hurt – They got a squad, dude. They got a squad.
May I remind you of the offensive line that they had with Baker? He had OBJ. He had Nick Chubbs. He had Kareem Hunt. He had Jarvis Landry and Juku, right?
Yep.
So what did they do with that? Nothing. Okay? So Browns are always going to do Browns things. They'll always mess it up. I go under.
Yeah, I'm going to go under as well. I mean,
Quan's the only one with the over. Okay.
8.5 wins. I mean, I've got about like 7 or 8 wins. So yeah, I'm going under.
I got him at 8.5 wins.
Okay, you got him exactly 8.5.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Perfect.
They get 2 ties.
Yeah. 2 ties. 2 ties.
They get 2 ties.
Staying in the AFC North, we're going to go to. I think we may have nailed all those teams.
No, you missed Baltimore.
We did Baltimore. First 3 teams we did was Baltimore.
Oh, you're right.
We're done with the North. We're going to go to Miss Rose division now.
Oh, God.
The NFC East.
The worst division. I'm sorry. I'm just joking.
No. You're well.
The longest running reality show in all of television.
Reality show.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, man.
The win total is 10 games. It's been bet down from 10.5 as of 6 or 7 weeks ago to 10 even. What say you?
Ladies first.
Oh, well, thank you.
Because this is your division.
I will take that 10 and I will actually give them another game. During regular season, again, this is now Quan has heard me say this for a couple of years now. They still have a Super Bowl caliber roster. Okay, sure. They do. You have Micah Parsons. You have CeeDee Lamb. Dak is. Listen, I will still take Dak over Daniel Jones. Okay, Dakota. Because I'm gonna call him Dakota because this is what his mama call him. But during regular season, I'll tell you something. When they're not playing Zeke at center, which actually I hope they keep doing. under McCarthy. I think their Achilles heel is McCarthy. And I will tell you, they are dynamic. So I'm taking like all my fandom or how I loathe this fan base out of it. I'm going to tell you, they are a dangerous team to play during the regular season. They're not doing nothing in postseason. I will take 11 wins for them.
Nice. So she got it over.
So I just
You
went
go-
through the whole schedule.
Yeah.
I have them winning 9 games.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm taking under.
You're going under.
Yep.
All right. Quan.
That's a hard one.
Right? That
It really is a hard one.
The number is
I'm gonna
10.
go over though.
Over.
I'm gonna go over because they are great. They're great every year. Recently in the regular season,
I've got them winning more than 10. I got them like 12 games too. Winning
Yeah.
about 12 because their problem is not the regular season.
No.
It's the playoffs.
Nuh-uh.
It's when
It's
they
a-
get to
And,
January.
and Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And listen, everyone keeps
So
talking
I'm
about the
going
running
over.
game, but Zeke
Right,
being back
Thanksgiving.
at home, being familiar with the squad,
Yep.
and then they just picked up Dalvin Cook.
Yep.
Like they have 2 running backs that could actually break out and have a comeback year. So listen, man, they got a running game. They got a running game.
I agree with Quan 100%. I drafted Zeke as a reserve in my fantasy league because, I mean, look what he's already gone through since he's left Dallas. Now you're coming back to a team that doesn't necessarily
And we
have
could talk about him like a Baker
starter.
Mayfield type situation where it's like he wants to prove that he's still legit.
I don't
Not only
think
that,
Zeke's
him
gonna do
and
anything.
Dak have a relationship.
Yeah.
Dak's going to get a comfort blanket that he kind of had before. So I can see Zeke having a good year, but, still a 9.5.
Yeah, they should have never gotten rid of Pollard. They should have let that man heal.
Well,
Tony Pollard.
they should have never not got Saquon Barkley, who was rumored to want to go there.
Imagine if they
Yeah,
would have got
that'd have been
him.
crazy.
Jeez. That would be a crazy team on paper right there.
And then Derrick Henry was rumored to go there too, and they didn't even call him up. They didn't call his agent.
People forget dealing with Jerry Jones is a whole nother animal. If you need, he did. All you need to know is if anybody takes the shine off of him, and even if he was his best friend, looking at Jimmy Johnson, if he can do him like that,
Sure.
he doesn't want nobody.
That's fair. So you're going
I'm going over.
We all-
I
you
have him
went
at
I'm
11
the only
wins.
one that's under.
over. Okay. Moving on in the NFC East, the New York Football Giants. Let's go.
I'm sad.
Wait,
I'm
you
worried.
didn't say
Oh, I got to tell you the win total. Sorry, it's 6.5. 6.5.
We're all
is the
under
win
it.
total.
Oh,
no
6
matter
and a
what.
half? They have that many?
Yeah. And
Okay.
it was 6.5. It hasn't
So I'm
moved.
going to tell you something. I have if Daniel Jones is out by week 3 and I have Tommy DeVito throwing, Daniel Jones had 0 passing yards in all of preseason. He intercepted the ball. I mean, he threw more picks than solid throws. I mean, or he fell over his own feet. He's a disaster. They don't know how to manage him, but Mara just has to hang on to him. The good news is if we can go through one more year, we don't have to deal with him next year. But after you pay him this much, you got to give him at least 3 games to start. In my mind, if Tommy DeVito, and that's who, like Drew Lock's out, right? I mean, I have a really good feeling that Dak actually might be our next quarterback.
Oh, wow.
So Drew Lock's actually your second string quarterback.
Yeah, and he's
according to the
injured.
year.
And he's injured. So he's
Questionable,
he's
yeah.
out for the season.
He's out for the season?
Yeah, they think he might be out for the season. If I have Tommy DeVito starting, I'll take 6 games. Daniel Jones starting at 6.5. Oh no. But you know what I'm really excited about when they play the Vikings? By the way, I had my son's turning 13 on the 8th. Of course, I had my son during kickoff weekend, right?
Wow.
There you go.
Makes sense.
I always prioritize football, almost always. But no, I'm kidding. I love my son. However, you know what I'm excited to see is Deontay Banks go up against Justin Jefferson during that Vikings game. That's going to be what I'm looking forward to. So we'll see.
So
What was the win total?
what was the win total?
6.5.
6.5. You went under.
I went under.
I'm going under, and I say Dable's gone, man. I think their coach is gone.
Okay.
I think they start making moves in that whole front office, that whole organization. If you saw that Hard Knocks or whatever the hell that was, it was a bad look, man. It was a really, really bad look.
Coming
Kind
from
of
a
like the
Jets
insight,
fan.
though.
No. I
Kinda
like, but I'm
that,
saying for the organization, it's like it shows you that they're pretty dysfunctional. It's not just
If
people that
Ben
are
McAdoo
talking
does
about
better
it.
than you, you're a bust. If Pat Shermer does better than you, you're a bust.
Yeah, I'm going under.
Yeah, same. Under.
I hate it too, man. I hate it because they've got heart. They've got some really good talent on that team. Oh, hush. I didn't want Wink Martindale to leave. I'm bummed that Daddy Wink left.
We're staying in the north.
No, east.
East. What am I talking about? The north. We the north.
Toronto.
We the North.
Yeah. The Philadelphia Eagles.
Toronto. Argonauts.
10.5 wins.
I come a smidge under. I have them at 10. I have the Cowboys winning the division altogether.
So here,
I'm gonna go over, even though I don't really want to.
But think about the chip.
gonna go over.
Sirianni, I want to punch him in the face. I hate Philly. But you know what? They have the warmth of all the female fan mustaches surrounding them.
Wow.
And it's like a blanket. Have you ever looked in the stands during an Eagles game? It looks like a Frank Zappa lookalike contest. It's like
For the women, you said.
yeah,
For
it's
the
women.
women. Man, this is a tough one. Because I think they could be great, and I think they could also not be good at all.
I'm going to go under because I still think there's a lot going on with that organization. I mean, they don't want to be in Sao Paulo, Brazil. They don't want to be playing that game. You already got players coming out complaining because they were already told. We were told not to leave the hotel, not to go to the beaches, not to go anywhere.
They can't do
But
anything.
yet no one from the Green Bay side is complaining or saying anything. It's only the Philadelphia
They're
players.
just happy to be out of 15-degree
it's
weather.
like if you already had problems where people were coming out saying that Sirianni's lost the locker room and this, and that, it's all going to go down to this one game. Because if they go to Brazil and they lose this game against the Packers, then that whole conversation starts all over again. How bad are the Eagles? What's really going on? Is Nick Sirianni on the way out? Is he on the hot seat? So I think the way they play this game is going to be the huge factor on that win total. I still take the under because I think they got a lot of problems behind closed doors over there.
And they fired almost all their coaches in the offseason, too. So, I mean, they have a whole new staff. Which I don't know how Sirianni didn't get fired with all of them.
So the win total, I'm sorry, you said 10.5, you're going under.
I'm going to go under. I'm going to go right under.
Oh, so we're both on under. Okay.
Yeah.
I really like Jalen Hurts, though. I do. I like him. And you know what? We forget about the Saquon factor because he's dynamic and he might change that. You know what? I think I got them at 10 games.
He could,
though.
but that's another player we
Just under.
talk about when we're talking about injuries is never healthy, and they don't have a. We don't know what their center position is going to be with
Yeah, with
Kelsey
Kelsey
not.
Yeah,
retired,
that's
yeah.
right. That's a huge loss.
That's big, and I don't think people realize
Yeah.
how important centers are. Your quarterback is comfortable with that player. We've seen it before when the center gets hurt and they have to put another center in for even just a couple possessions of how like dysfunctional the whole offense looks sometimes. So with somebody that's been there, what was it? 12 years he was in Philly, something.
Yeah.
You know, he was there for a long
while.
time.
Long
so,
time. I think 9 years. 9 10.
And for him to retire, I was he ready to retire? Because
I don't think
they had
so.
if their team was that good and there wasn't dysfunction like Jose was saying, I'm not sure he retires yet, especially in Saquon. And Saquon was asking him to come back and not retire.
Right.
It didn't feel like he really wanted to retire. So it seems like, you know, how Jose was saying, there might be some dysfunction there that he's seeing too. Like, I don't want to deal with this for another year. Because you could tell that the second half of last year, it was none of them wanted to be there.
Yeah.
None of them wanted to play. None of them liked each other. And they went from 10-1 to winning maybe one more game after that.
Oh yeah, they started the season 10-1.
That's
I
right,
think
they went
finished
the whole-
season
right.
1-5.
1-5,
2-5,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going under as well on that win total.
Under.
Okay, let's finish the
Whatever
Commanders.
Washington is under.
NFC East. The
used to be-
Washington Football Commanders,
What's their win total?
6.5.
Oh,
no
under.
way.
No way.
How'd they get that?
I don't know, but it was 6.5. It didn't move.
6.5.
That's interesting. Well, you know what? You never know that quarterback could do something.
Listen, I love Jaden Daniels. I wanted Raiders to get him, which they should have done something to try to get a quarterback in the draft. Doesn't make any sense to me, but I like him. I just don't think they have a lot of other things going on in that franchise.
No, they don't have
Magic
a
Johnson is a
identity.
part owner.
Right.
Like, is that is his smile like going to win some games? I doubt it.
No.
We've seen as Laker fans what he says and then what actually happens when he's involved with the team heavily. It's not much.
So you're
So I'm
under.
going under.
Under the 6.5.
They're 4 or 5
How'd they
wins.
get more than 4 games? I mean, I'm not saying
Yeah,
that
I
in
don't
a-
know.
I'm surprised at 6.5. That's a lot.
I'm more interested in like the potential voting for the rookie of the year with Jaden Daniels because he's kind of like a dual threat.
Yeah.
His odds are like 6-1 for rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year. So I'm more interested in that as far as a betting aspect. I wouldn't touch this win total, but I would trend under. I don't think they're going to win 6 games.
Why?
It's unlikely that they would get to that win total. Let's go to the AFC South.
That's an interesting division.
It sure is. CJ Stroud and those Houston Texans. One guy's kind of like galvanized the whole city in a 1-season turnaround. It was very interesting to watch last year. That city, they love CJ Stroud, bro. They love him.
I think this is an easy division to pick.
Well, I have them not only going to the Super Bowl, but winning the Super Bowl.
Okay. We'll talk about Super Bowl later. We'll talk about Super Bowl
So
later.
I'll tell you, I have them winning the division easily. This
But
team,
what's our wins?
9.5.
Oh, I take
Over,
I take
yeah.
the over all day.
Give me 12 wins
You got
for
it.
Houston.
I'll write it in for you.
Yeah.
I think the team that D'Amico Ryans has built is the moves that have been made during this offseason. If I were forget your division, that conference should be frightened. I think they're going to end up steamrolling Chiefs. That's
No, you're
that
right.
this is the team. This is going to be a scary team, and they've been quiet. Notice you don't hear them yapping. We're talking about the Texans. I
Yeah.
have them.
Real quick, Washington over under 6.5 wins. Well, what did you have for that?
I like under.
Okay,
I don't
copy.
see them doing that much this year.
Sorry,
to be honest
continue
with
with
you.
your Texans
And,
talk.
and with Houston, they made additions. They didn't lose anything from
Correct.
where they were going last year. They were a young team that I just think they're just going to keep improving off where they went last year in the playoffs. People were picking them to not beat the Browns, and they killed the Browns in the playoffs.
They added Diggs.
Yeah,
to the
and
offense
they
again.
added Diggs. They've
Nixon.
Nixon, Nixon.
Yeah.
Mixon.
Joe Nixon.
Yeah, I think they're going to be really good, and
The win total is 9.5, Jose, for the Houston Texans. 9.5 wins.
I like the over. A lot of people are saying that they might have a regression from last year, but if I'm being honest with you, I totally believe that they're going to do good.
Oh,
I do.
yeah.
I can definitely see the total go
Yeah.
over.
We're all over.
over.
We're all over the Houston
We're all
Texans.
over the Texans.
I think
Staying in the
it's easy
division.
money.
I think it is too. I think they're going to win, like you said, 12, 13 games. Staying in that division, the Indianapolis Colts. Do we get to see what's his name, Richardson?
Man, I hope he
Anthony Richardson.
he was
had-
doing really
year.
good last year before he
Till
got
he got
hurt.
hurt.
The win
yeah.
total is 8.
But preseason was
I don't look at I don't look at preseason. I don't watch preseason. I don't analyze preseason. Preseason's never been anything. The Bills lost preseason. They didn't win a game ever in preseason the years they went to the Super Bowl. They were 0-4 every preseason.
It's not about winning the preseason. It's about how he performed. Because I
I
remember.
don't care about that.
I remember watching him on
They're
the
not
combine.
playing enough to do
Yeah, but if
anything. They're playing with someone that's a grocer at Kroger.
the beer vendors.
Yeah, you're not. Preseason's stupid. I hate preseason. They need to get rid of it. So I don't look at that at all.
Okay.
I like him a lot. I just don't know if the team is gonna do that well. What was it? What was it?
For Indy,
Indianapolis.
it's 8.
Under.
I'm gonna have to go under on that. Barely. Like I think there's 7 or 8 team win, but I'll go under.
You're going under.
I'm
I'll go
going
under as well. I'll stick to the under. I think we're all.
I'm going under as well. Staying in the South, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence.
Really good team.
All those guys. They made some additions in the offseason. 8.5 is the win total for the Jacksonville Jaguars. 8.5 wins.
Give me over on them.
Over, Quan.
I'm gonna take over, even though I'm still not sold on Trevor Lawrence. If I'm being honest with you,
Same.
I'm gonna take over.
But they got a solid squad beyond just him.
Same, but over.
Yeah, they got a
no,
good.
no.
They got a good team.
Yeah.
They do.
I'm
They
taking
definitely do.
under.
Okay.
I got them on the under.
Under. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say just under. I think they win 8 games.
Same.
Staying in the South, last team in the South, the Tennessee Titans. 6.5 wins.
Oh, over all day. Over all day. They're another dark horse.
Well, Levis, huh?
All right, that's what they got as their quarterback.
What does he do? The mayonnaise and banana, whatever thing
Yeah,
is
mayonnaise and coffee.
Yeah, the regimen.
He puts
right?
mayonnaise in his coffee. That's
Yeah.
what it
What?
was. Yeah.
What? You a
No,
are you-
I'm going under just for that.
Are you a health guy? How much mayonnaise do you put in your coffee?
I don't even put mayonnaise on a sandwich.
Neither do
Did you see
I.
his face?
He's like,
No,
oh,
that's disgusting.
I'm going under just because of that.
Yeah, I'm going. Give me the under. I'm not even going to analyze the team on that.
I'm gonna say over with the Titans because I think they're really being slept on, and I think it's like one of those galvanizing things with Derrick Henry moving on, and them adding Pollard. I think the team sort of like solidifies a little bit, and I think they're going to be solid. I mean, again, 6.5 wins. I'm not saying they're going to be an AFC finalist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm saying
gonna
we're going
win
off
more
of a
than
win
that,
total.
yeah.
I think they're going to
Yeah.
win more than 6.5 games.
I do too.
So yeah, I'm going to go just over. So we're staying in the AFC. We're moving over to the home of the defending.
But I'm changing mine to
two-time-
over just because
Okay.
I need to think football, not mayonnaise and
Coffee. Yeah,
I've got you down for non-mayonnaise pick,
yeah.
and over.
an over. Okay.
Now, if it was Miracle Whip, it'd be a different
Oh.
story.
Then it's a different conversation. This division is the home of the two-time defending world champions, but we're going to start with the team over there in the Mile High City, the Denver Broncos. 6 wins.
Under.
I'm going to go under. Even though I like Bo Nix, I think he'll be a good quarterback in this league.
I think he's going to be a bust.
I think
People need to understand that Sean Payton is not the savior. If you guys do your homework, Sean Payton and the guy from the Dallas Cowboys, I don't know why, McCarthy, are the same exact coach, same exact record, same exact
Sean Payton
accolades.
doesn't have time management issues like Mike McCarthy does.
But what I'm saying is, people are trying to say that he's a savior. He's this guy. You have 2 coaches that have identical resumes. Open your eyes, people. Sean Payton is not that guy. If he was, he would have stayed there and fixed it with Russell Wilson. Not dump all that cash and be stuck in this situation now, trying to be rebuild with no money. Good luck, Denver. Good luck, Denver fans, because Sean Payton ain't that guy. Give
you
me
must
the
have
under.
forgotten about New Orleans Saints Sean Payton, my guy. But
No.
he's not that anymore.
Correct, but
And-
if you
and
look
they
at
just
New
paid
Orleans
Patrick
Saints,
today.
Sean Payton, the same thing as Mike
They
McCarthy.
paid
and Dallas.
Patrick today, so he's set.
I think their quarterback might be sleeper rookie of the
Not
year.
even close.
Oh, we'll see. I think he's being slept on.
I think
He's a good quarterback.
overrated.
I like him. I think he's
I
a
mean,
good quarterback.
when you go to college for 8 years, you're going to look like a good quarterback.
A lot
It's
of
fine.
reps.
for 8 years.
It's fine.
He was in college forever.
He's in
He
college
played
for a
for
while.
6 college teams. He got traded in college more than any NFL player.
He takes his
I'm not
studying
high on Bo
seriously.
Nix.
So I'm just clarifying. You're going. Are you going under or over for the
What-
6.5? The 6.5
Oh,
wins?
yeah, no, I'm
6
going
wins, 6
under.
wins.
I got 6 wins for them, yeah. No, I got 5 wins for them, actually.
Okay, so I was going under
5.
and yeah, I'm going. I think it's going to be 6, so I'm going to just even. That's the number for me. I think they're going to have 6 wins. Staying in the AFC West, your Kansas City Chiefs, your world champions. Acknowledge them. The win total is 11.5 for the Kansas City Chiefs, for the Kansas City Swifties. What is your thoughts?
Well, if the breakup is true, even though they're saying it's not true, Travis Kelce's head might not be in the game. And she supposedly drew up plays for the Chiefs.
Oh no! Are you serious?
You guys are buying into this?
No,
like,
I'm not.
Oh my God. First of all,
I am going. I give them 12 wins. I think they're going to have a good regular season.
Yeah.
Because they did have a good regular season last year, and I don't think they can deal with that 2 years in a row and contend for a Super Bowl. Because they looked very average last year until they got in the playoffs, and then the Bills let them win. And then the refs let them win the Super Bowl.
the refs are always fair. What do you mean?
Yeah, they're always fair.
Always.
The Chiefs led the league in holding calls, and they haven't been called for holding in the last 3 Super Bowls. It's a little weird.
I think with the Chiefs are an anomaly. I think they'll either get 12 wins or they'll get 6. I think.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. I think that they are one of these teams that hit rough road, and they lose 2-3 games in a row. Now what happens is they still listen when they play
But
Cincinnati.
6, I could say 12
I'ma
and
tell
maybe
you,
9, but not 6.
Once they hit rocky road, they have a tough time.
What was their win total last year, though? Because last year, everybody was saying, like, they're not going to
The
win. They
Chiefs?
might not go to the playoffs.
The Chiefs were 11-6, I think.
And that was a horrible year. Like, they played horrible last year in the regular season and won 11 games. Nobody could catch the ball.
Can I just tell you why I have a grudge with them?
Sure.
I almost hit an 11-leg parlay Super Bowl weekend. Do you know what the one leg that I didn't? And I'm gonna text you my parlay ticket to verify this. My one leg that I didn't hit was Kelsey for a touchdown. You're telling me Kelsey, who regularly scores 2 to 4 touchdowns every game, you're telling me he didn't score one touchdown during the Super Bowl? That if I hit that, I would have won $50,000.
Wow. She could have bought us new headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Around a Truly's.
You know what? Can you know what's crazy about that Super Bowl? The only memory I have, you know Mike Davis, the coach of the Nighthawks? He was at the house watching the Super Bowl with us. When your linebacker got hurt coming off the field, his exact words were, if he's out, this game is over for the Niners. And I'm like, nah, you're tripping. And the game changed
that
for
was
you guys
horrible.
after that.
Yeah.
it was crazy how that works. But yeah, man.
Yep.
Sorry.
All right, we
I
got
didn't bring
like
up a bad
10 minutes
memory.
left, so we gotta
We'll
run.
knock this out. So you're with the Chiefs. You're over.
I'll take over, yeah.
Over.
Yeah, I'm going over on that.
Over.
Over. I'm over. We're over.
We're over.
It's
We're
all.
over.
It's all
It's
over.
all
It's all
Time.
over.
The oh God, the Las Vegas Raiders.
Under.
Under.
7 wins.
What is it? How
Quick
many-
work of that. It's 7 wins.
They might win 5.
No.
I've got
Okay, maybe
Five.
five.
5 would be a lot.
Maybe 5.
5 would be a lot.
yeah. Under.
They're going to win over. I'm taking
You're gonna
over.
go. You're going over the 7.
That was
Oh, he
that's
believes.
That's a Vegas
The,
pick. He
the Raider fan doesn't, but he believes.
Again, like Frank said earlier, I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl or go to the playoffs or anything,
Right.
but I'm taking their win total.
Listen, I hope they can win 7, 8, 9 games. Like I hope, but they have no quarterback. They're not even talking about trading for one. Devontae Adams is not going to be happy. We saw him last year.
I don't think he's gonna be on the
no matter
team
what
by the time
he's
they get to
saying
6 weeks
in
in the
the
season.
news right
Yeah.
now to the media, that doesn't matter to me. We saw he was upset last year. Their quarterback position got worse this year than it was. So he's like Frank said, he's not going to be there. Like the bigger question is, where's Devontae Adams going to end up before the trade deadline? And hopefully they trade him sooner than the trade deadline, so it's not just hanging with the team for half a year. But he's gone. He's gone, and it sucks because they should have done enough to try to keep him around.
I agree with all of that.
It's to me, and I'm saying this as a Raider fan. The Raiders have always seemed to be a discount version of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
They've got talent in certain positions, and they can, as you measure the talent with just the whole league, they've got some players that are like skill position players that you're like, you measure them up against
I have a
other
question for
positions,
you.
but they're not functional.
Yeah.
As a Raiders fan, I always ask this of Raiders fans because I'm curious. So Jimmy G is no longer there. Were you happy when they got Jimmy G? What were your thoughts on that as a Raiders fan?
I wasn't happy with them getting rid of Jimmy G. I think they could have had him there and stay to hold the stability for the position. I don't think Jimmy G is an NFL quarterback.
But we thought when it
he was a
happened,
game manager type guy.
we thought when it happened
But-
when Antonio Pierce took over that the coaching
Correct.
staff was the one that wanted to get rid of Jimmy G. But
Yep.
then we saw on TV on Netflix that it was actually Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
The issue with the Raiders, and this has always been the issue with the Raiders, is that they don't want to have an identity, it seems, with the quarterback position. They just say speed kills because Al Davis always said speed kills.
Yeah.
Just give me the fastest guy. He got guys back I'm going way back with Willie Gault and James Jett. He wanted Mervin Fernandez. He wanted guys that were, running 4x100 medleys and stuff like that. He just wanted guys. He said, I just get the fastest guy on the field and then I can just kill you because I've got fast guys. And he didn't worry about route running. He ended up having a guy who could do both with Tim Brown.
Yep.
That was a
Yep.
killer route runner
And a monster secondary to top it off.
and would block and would do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And they've never really been able to find their identity in that. And that's been the biggest headache, I guess, as a Raider fan.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We have one division left.
Uh-oh. Which one is that?
Well, actually, I forgot about somebody. I forgot about the Chargers. The Chargers.
You and the rest of America.
Yeah. The Los Angeles Chargers. The win total is 9 games.
Now, this is a team that could overachieve or underachieve.
I'll take that 9.
I'm not. I like
You're
Herbert.
at 9.
I'm at 9. Herbert's a stud.
I'm going over on I mean, they got one of my favorite coaches, so I believe in Harbaugh. So I'm going over for.
I
for the
forgot about
Chargers.
Harbaugh.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
going
you know,
over.
I'm changing mine over. I got them at 10.
There you go.
Yeah.
There.
I'm going under.
Under.
Too early to buy the hype on Harbaugh, I think.
Only decades of
Yeah,
experience.
he's proven himself
What is he,
over and over
rookie?
again in college and the NFL.
To me, I mean, they won 5 games last year, and they were completely dysfunctional and injury riddled and everything.
Horrible coach.
9 games. I think just having Harbaugh there on the sidelines is good for 4 or 5
Correct.
wins.
Yep.
So yeah, I'd say just over 10. I think they're actually like the last playoff team. I think they're the last wild card.
And I think this is
Wild
when
card, yes.
I think this is when
I can
Herbert
see that.
becomes who he's been supposed to be for the past 3 or 4 years that everyone said he was going to be. Yeah, it's
Okay.
time.
So we're going to the NFC last division. We've got the NFC West. The Los Angeles Rams. The Los Angeles Rams are at 9 wins. They're sharing a building. They got the same win projection. Anyway, 9 wins for the Rams. Last year, the Rams were 10-7.
Yeah.
What do you say for a win total for the Rams? Over, under, 9. Under for Jose.
Yeah. Aaron Donald's no longer there.
That's true.
It changes everything.
Yeah, because
Changed a lot.
Listen, when Aaron was on the field, you needed at least 2 men to cover him all the time,
Yeah.
right? And that him just being on the field was a game changer. I take the under on that.
Under. Okay.
They won 10 games last year,
They were 10-7 last year.
and that was a horrible year for them too. They weren't supposed to have that many wins at all, you know.
They're banged up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm going to go over for them.
Oh, wow.
Give me 11 wins for the Rams.
All right.
Okay.
I like it. I think 9 is the number. I think they're going to be 9-8 when the season wraps. So I'm just going to, it's even. I've got them at 9. We got 2 left. Quan, are you getting excited?
So excited. We got
Okay.
3 left.
The Hawks.
Oh.
Seahawks up there in Seattle, 9-8 last year. Seattle Seahawks are at 8 wins. It's
Under.
been bet up from 7.5.
No, we already did
6 weeks
Arizona.
ago. We already did Arizona.
Yeah,
we
we already
started.
did Arizona.
Yeah. Seahawks, you say under
Under.
8. Okay.
Yeah, new coach.
Under.
Pete Carroll didn't want to leave, didn't want to retire. They made him retire, and he's still sticking around doing something there. Like they gave him like a rocking chair, to, like sit back and just
And
say
a pack
stuff
of
once in a while.
gum. They're like, go to
He's-
town.
Yeah,
And he's teaching a class or something at USC.
No, he's not.
Or something
Is
like
he?
that. I heard something. He's doing something.
didn't they
at USC.
offer him to be on USC's staff? That's what I heard.
So no, I think he's gonna work. They want him to work with some of the players and the staffers closely, but I don't think he's gonna be like an official part.
Yeah,
of
but
the staff.
they had offered him to
Did
be
they?
part of the staff for
Gotcha.
USC. No, I think it's under. I thought they should have kept Drew Lock over Geno. Because when he came in last year and played, he played against the 49ers, so I was like really watching that game. He looks way better than Geno Smith. I think the Geno Smith thing, they kept him on because of like the hype that happened, and he overachieved there and had that good year. But last year he didn't look good. Drew Lock looked way better. I thought Drew Lock's young. I think they should have kept him, and they didn't. That was kind of surprising to me. So I don't believe in that team at all.
No, under.
Under.
Yeah.
Under.
yeah, under all day.
I'm going under as well. I think the Seahawks are making strides. I think is what the guy's name is. McDonald, the coach,
Norm?
the guy who came over from
Norm Macdonald?
Norm
That's
McDonald. He came over from Baltimore. He turned around their DVOA in one season. I think that the defense for Seattle is going to look pretty good. I think offensively they're still going to be struggling to kind of find an identity. So I'm going under as well. Okay, Quan, we saved your team for last. Okay, I wanted you to be.
I didn't
pumped
realize
for
we
this.
didn't talk
The
about
San Francisco 49ers.
Hold on, let me switch hats for this.
Please do.
Oh my
Go ahead. You can,
Okay, I'm sorry. San Francisco 49ers. 11-5 is the win total for them for this year. 11-5.
11.5,
That
you
number moved 11-5. 11 and a half. It moved from 11 and a half. It stayed 11 and a half about 6-8 weeks back. So, what do you guys think about that win total?
looking at their schedule, I didn't even look at it. I don't see them losing the game, but what will happen is they will lose one or two. I think they lose 3 games. Give me the over on that. 3 games.
I like the over. I really do. I mean, I've been a big Brock Purdy guy, even when he wasn't the guy when he came in. He's been good when he's healthy. He's that guy. He's a good system guy with San Francisco. They know how to use him. But the one thing that I will say about the Niners is that Brandon Ayuk is going to be that big question mark. You got paid. What are you going to do now? That's all I'm saying. But I like the over for the 49ers this year.
Brandon will be fine. I'm more worried about Pearsall. Give up your Rolex, bro.
Ricky.
Yeah.
If someone wants your Rolex, give it up. You got insurance on it.
He was back in the weight room today.
I'm gonna go to their schedule real quick. Versus the Jets, win. At the Vikings, win.
You guys
At
will
the
lose on Monday night.
Rams, win.
Yeah.
Versus the Patriots, win. Versus the Cardinals, win. At the Seahawks, might lose that game. Probably not. Win. Versus the Chiefs in San Francisco, gonna demolish them.
That's a
Versus the Cowgirls, win. At the Bucks, win. Versus Seattle, win. At the Packers, win.
L.
At the Bills,
Loss.
on a Sunday night. We play
Where are
really
they
good
playing?
on Sunday
Where
night.
are they playing? Are they playing
At
in
the
Buffalo?
Bills, at the Bills.
Oh, at the Bills.
It's
Loss.
cold.
They're gonna
That
lose.
could
They're
be
gonna
that could be a
lose.
loss.
They're
That
gonna
could be a
lose.
When
loss.
is that? Like halfway through the season?
December 1st.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna
This
lose.
would be cold.
They're-
Versus the Bears, win. Versus the Rams, win. At the Dolphins, win. Versus the Lions. Yeah, so they might lose to the Bills.
All right, that's
Maybe.
it.
We're gonna win the Lions.
Maybe.
We're gonna
Maybe. That depends. Like maybe.
One loss.
You have them over 11.
Give
I
me
have them
16
over.
and
one. Yeah.
I have them. I have them over. Yeah.
I got them over 11.5 as well. So we did our win totals. We got it done. I got everything on record.
All right. So Super Bowl, right?
Oh yeah, let's
Who's the matchup? What's the matchup?
All right, Super Bowl matchups. We have like 4 minutes left.
Gotcha.
Who will be the matchup in the Super Bowl? And I'll go first because I am putting my Niners in there like I do every year, and I'm right a lot. I want the Chiefs because I want to beat them, but the refs play for them too, so I don't want to deal with that. I just don't think they're going to. I think they overachieved last year on a down year. And there's too many good teams in the AFC that are coming up, and I think it's going to be Houston. I liked Houston a lot last year. I love watching them play. And the fact that they just got a lot better with the acquisitions they had this offseason, to me, is going to put them in just a whole different place in the AFC. So I'm going with Houston and the 49ers. I won't be surprised to see Houston and Detroit. And I think that would be an amazing Super Bowl to watch because that would be two teams I like a lot that I wouldn't, I would just be able to watch the game without stressing out over my team being in it.
Yeah.
But I'm going with Niners and Texans.
I got the Ravens and the Niners in the Super Bowl. I think we see a rematch from a few years back. I just like the way Baltimore looks going into this season. I think Lamar Jackson is definitely an MVP candidate for him to win his third MVP in his young career already. The acquisition, like I said earlier, of Derrick Henry to me is just huge for that team. Give me Baltimore and San Francisco in the Super Bowl. I can definitely see that
Who's your
happening.
champ?
I'm going to go with Baltimore. Yeah.
Copy that.
You didn't ask me my champ.
Who did you champ?
Oh, 49ers.
Come on. Did I have it? Okay. I knew.
It's time.
Please.
I've got the Lions going against the Texans. I don't think Baltimore, you can't just win on a run game. Derrick Henry just added more pass rush. I have the Lions. I struggled with whether it's going to be the Lions or the Niners versus the Texans. I think if it's the Niners versus the Texans, which I don't think it's going to be, the Niners would beat them. Maybe. But when I think of the AFC, I can't, because notice you don't hear a peep. They're purposely keeping a low profile. I think it is going to be Texans versus the Lions with the Texans winning.
All right.
All right.
I like that.
Fred?
I'm all over the Texans as well this year.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have the best record in the AFC. I think that CJ Stroud could win MVP this year. I think D'Amico Ryans could win Coach of the Year.
Yeah, me too.
I think they're going to have a phenomenal year, and I don't think there's like a sophomore slump.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Texans Lions as well, and I've got the Texans winning the Super Duper.
Yeah, buddy. Right here, Frank. Did you put a future down?
Not yet.
You should.
I think I'm gonna.
All right. Let's go through this real quick. I don't want to analyze. Let's just do picks for week 1 this weekend, starting tomorrow. Who has games?
I got it right here.
Jose hasn't pulled up.
Just straight up, no points, no nothing. We're just
No,
doing
just straight up. Who's winning?
So Ravens, Chiefs. I got the Ravens.
All right.
I got the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I got the Ravens. Chiefs aren't great after a Super Bowl win on week 1. They don't really care.
Packers, Eagles in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Give me the Packers.
What time's that game at?
It is a 5:15 p.m. start.
Okay.
On the Peacock.
Peacock. Only
On the Peacock.
exclusively on Peacock.
Exclusively on the Peacock.
Give me the Packers.
I got the Packers.
Yeah.
Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Jaguars on the road taking on the Dolphins.
Oh.
Give me the Dolphins.
All
Yeah.
day.
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Steelers on the road against the Atlanta Falcons. Give me the Falcons.
Falcons.
Atlanta.
Falcons.
Vikings on the road to the Giants. Give me the Vikings.
Giants.
Giants.
I got the Giants.
Panthers on the road taking on the Saints. Give me the Saints.
Yeah, Saints.
I don't pass. No.
Pass.
Yes.
I'll take a shot.
Saints.
Saints. All right. Patriots on the road taking on the Bengals. Give me the Bengals.
Oh, Bengals. Yeah.
Bengals.
I mean, Pats may
This
have
week
a shot.
1 is kind of a little weak
Kind
so
of
far.
easy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Titans on the road taking on the Bears. Give me the Bears.
Titans.
Titans.
I'm gonna take the Bears.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cardinals on the road taking on the Bills.
Whoever
Give me
they're
Buffalo.
playing is winning.
Correct.
Give me Buffalo.
Cardinals might be the worst team in the league. I might have said that earlier, but
They might be.
So this is going to be a good one. I think this might be probably one of the best games of week 1. Texans on the road taking on the Indianapolis Colts. I'm going to take Houston on this one.
Texans, it will be a good game.
Yeah,
though.
it will be a good game.
Yeah. Fun
Fun.
game to watch.
Texans.
Raiders on the road against the Chargers. Give me the Chargers at home.
Chargers.
Well, it's a Raider home game still.
Yeah.
But
True that.
give me the Chargers.
All right. Broncos on the road against the Seattle Seahawks. Give me the
Ooh.
Broncos.
I'll take a tie.
That's a fun game, yeah. 7-7. Give me Seattle at home.
Yeah, I'll
Seattle's
take
still
at
tough to
home.
play at
but
home.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
Seattle. Yeah.
No matter how bad they are, they're still
Yeah.
better
Seattle,
at home than
a
Denver.
home field advantage.
Yeah.
The Washington Commanders going on the road to take on the Bucks. Give me Tampa.
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 Cowboys on the road taking on the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
I got the Cowboys.
That's a big win for Cowboys
I
to
got
start
the
off with
Cowboys.
with
I
a
got
road
the
win
Cowboys
against a really
winning
good
that.
team.
I don't want them to. However, with
Yeah.
Zeke back, the momentum, I think, and actually, we don't know who the starting quarterback's going to be yet. Right?
Right.
So, if Dak is playing, Dallas is going to win.
Wait, Dak might not be playing?
They haven't signed his extension.
Oh, but I don't think he's
No,
holding
he's
out.
no, he's
Are
not
they
holding
playing?
out. He's still
No, he's not
Oh,
holding
he's
out.
not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
not
not
holding
holding
out. Yeah,
I thought he was.
No,
He's going to play.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
no,
gonna play.
no, then
Yeah.
definitely.
Dallas.
Rams going on the road to take on the Lions. Give me the upset. I'm taking the Rams.
Ooh, Rammies. All right.
That's interesting.
Matthew Stafford going home.
All right.
Just
Oh
saying.
yeah, yo, they, the Lions, because they're waiting to come back roaring and like
Like Lions.
the Lions do.
Yeah. Give me Lions.
Lions.
But that's going to be a good game. That
Yeah, it
That's
should
gonna be
be
a
fun.
great game.
There's not a lot of
The
really good
playoff
games
game
week
was good last year. That was a good game. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the final one to
49ers.
close out week 1. Give me the Jets going on the road to beat the 49ers in the Bay. In Santa
The
Clara.
real question is Aaron Rodgers get out of the first quarter?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
No. The real question is, does he get out of the first play, the first drive?
See, but that's
It
realistic,
was
right?
3 plays, right?
Most of them might hurt him.
Give me the Jets. Of course, I got to ride with my Jets.
Niners.
I like the Jets to cover. I think the Niners win the game.
You think the Jets have an actual shot at winning?
I'm a Jets fan. I think we have a shot every week. Come on now. Just like
Yeah.
Juan thinks they're going to go undefeated. Come on.
I'll be the first one to tell you out of it. I'm surprised if my team wins any game. I'm nobody's
gotcha.
surprised. Like we're always happy just to be here.
I think the game is a little tighter just because they've had Trent Banner's out, Ayuk has been out. McCaffrey, we don't know how much
The Jets
McCaffrey's
aren't a
playing. It doesn't sound like
competitive
McCaffrey's
team.
playing for the first couple of weeks that much. So,
No.
I think it'll be close.
Closer
McCaffrey's
than
going to
people
play
think.
on Monday
You're
night. just
kind.
Yeah.
The Jets will cover.
Yeah. Jets keep it close.
Yeah. All right, we're going to start being back live. I know it's been a long time since we've been on, but we're going to be back live every Monday and Thursday, 4 p.m. West Coast time, right here on Gorilla Cross Sports YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll have other sports stuff going on throughout the week as well. So, Frank, last words?
Real quick, I'm excited for football to start back up tomorrow night. I'm excited to be hanging with you guys tonight. It was a good time. Shout out to Sports Web, Brian over there in Kentucky. And he's got the Texans win the Super Bowl as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And check out Into the West Comics every Thursday at 6 p.m.
Oh, yeah. We do that.
Yeah. Bro, any last words?
I'm interested to see the Tyreek Hill OBJ duo. I think there's going to be conflict, and that's the only fly in the ointment for the Dolphins is going to be in their locker room. I think this is going to be the year of the underdog. But I'm just happy football's back, and go Giants.
All right. Jose?
Not much, man. Appreciate you having me back on. You guys want to follow me? You already know all social medias. I'm there. Appreciate you and looking to hop back on, man, and talk some more sports with you throughout the season.
sir.
Football is the best time of the year, so let's
Yep.
get going.
We are out. If you guys want to be on, Chris, get you in here soon. So just hit me up. Let me know when you're available. Thursdays and Mondays, 4 p.m. West Coast time. Obviously not this Thursday because that's tomorrow. But we will be back on Monday to talk about week 1 and, talk more about the 49ers and Jets. So we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.